Now I don't know who's told you things, but let me just tell you about something. Witchcraft. Well, I don't practice it. Not at all. But I know it's there with me all the while. I still see things now and again. Little things. I see spirits now and again. That's the best part.
Karma has perfect timing. It doesn't miss, but it also doesn't rush. It waits until people feel comfortable, until they believe they've gotten away with what they did, and then life starts showing them what their actions really cost. When someone keeps lying, manipulating, or hurting others, life slowly mirrors that behavior back to them. They lose trust, peace, and genuine connection. That's how karma works, not with drama, but with quiet repetition.
No, it's not all about me. What it is on which, yeah, fair plays. I'm born it, I don't know where it come from. Don't know. But I have to put up with it just as much as the next person. But what makes it different for me? Well, what makes it different for me? Well, sometimes I'm sat there minding my own business and a spirit might pass me. You wouldn't even see it. You wouldn't even know it was there. But I do. I sense it. I feel it. I know it's there. When a spirit walks past. I've had so many occasions when I've seen a spirit walk past. I've had so many occasions when spirits try to tell me things. You could say it's my medication, maybe. That's what you would say. God, he needs drugs. I don't need drugs. What I need is somebody to understand me. Somebody to I don't know. Somebody to be a part of my life. Or there again, it could be just me. Just me, that's all. So, when did I start seeing witchcraft? Well, ghosts. Let's say when do I start seeing ghosts? Right from the beginning, when I was 4 years of age, my dad would give me a belt for being naughty. I can't remember that far back why I was being naughty. I don't think I was. My dad was a nasty person. I understand that. See? So, anyway. So, he sent me to bed with no supper. Sent me to bed. And the funny part about it was, I could hear somebody laughing. I thought it was my brother, because he was a twat. So I thought it was my brother outside the door, laughing at me. So I crept towards the door and swung the door open, hoping to catch my brother laughing at me. Taking the piss out of me, basically because my dad had spanked me. I was crying. And then what happened was something stupid. He wasn't nowhere at the door. My brother was not there. So I went back to bed. And I lie down I could still hear this, you know, that type of thing. And then it got louder. And you know when you hear those, you listen to things there. That's from the left, that's from the right. Well, clearly it was coming from the left. So I looked down, thinking the bogeyman. I was still old was, I think I was 5, say. But I thought she was the bogeyman. I was a bit scared, thinking the bogeyman's underneath the bed, can you get me? But he was laughing. So I went to the far side of the bed, I looked down, there was nothing there. He's underneath the bed. So, being scared, being worried, I looked underneath the bed. There was nothing there. Where's this laughing coming from? And I listened, and I listened, and I listened. And then, it was the old air vent. Do you remember the marriages had an air vent in your room, up in the corner? I had an air vent right up in the corner. I looked at that air vent, thinking it would give me the air vent. What's all was there? No, it wasn't. There was a spirit. There was a man's head sticking out of my air vent, as if, but he was right the way there. Just that part of his head was sticking out. So his head right down to his shoulders. But he was laughing. But it was a strange type of laugh. I can describe him to this day because I would love to see that man again. I would love it. It's the last thing when I die, is that man. I want to see that man. To find out why, what he's doing, who is he. Right, I'll describe him. Picture a man, a Guy Fawkes. The hat, he had a braid, like on the hat, with a big buckle hair, and long hair. Well, not long hair, but normal hair. Curly, but he was perfect. It was like as if somebody stuck their head into the air vent. He was a real man. But he wasn't, because he glowed. He was glowing slightly. But he was smiling and he was laughing. But a strange type of laugh. Not horrible, a soothing laugh. A nice laugh. I looked at him. I didn't know what to say. And then, for some reason, the pain in my arse where my dad had levered me with a belt, I forgot about it. That was all gone. There was no, I couldn't feel it because I was more interested in what's there. Him. And he laughed and he chuckled and he laughed and he chuckled. Next thing you know, might sound old this one, but I started giggling. Couldn't help myself. He was infectious. So I laughed. And then I giggled, then I laughed, and then I was giggling and laughing. It was all right. I felt happy. Then all of a sudden, the light came on. My door opened fast. My light came on. And my dad says to me, "Oh, you think it's funny, do you?" I said, "The man looked, he was nobody there." So I got another lemonade. I got another hurt. And then the light went out. My dad went downstairs. That was my very, very, very first experience of a ghost. That was my very, very first experience of a ghost, or a spirit, as you would say.
Karma has perfect timing. It doesn't miss, but it also doesn't rush. It waits until people feel comfortable, until they believe they've gotten away with what they did, and then life starts showing them what their actions really cost. When someone keeps lying, manipulating, or hurting others, life slowly mirrors that behavior back to them. They lose trust, peace, and genuine connection. That's how karma works, not with drama, but with quiet repetition.